Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look again at Fetch Coin. Seeing what's going on, we got this nice perfect cup and handle pattern. While it played out a lot lower than typical, we also bounced out that 0.618 fib level, which is very common too. Generally 0.518 is the normal bouncing point there, but I think with Bitcoin selling pressure, that kind of caused it to come down a lot further, but it has since broken free. So we're going to talk about this here. There's also a potential pennant pattern here, or you could even argue that this is somewhat of a bull flag starting. There's a lot of different reasons why we could kind of, consider a long position with this coin. I know it seems weird to buy the top, but again, that might be a consideration. So we're going to look at a few key factors here for Fetch, see what's going on, and help understand best practice, big picture. Keep in mind too, if you are using, BitUnix, they're removing Fetch, Ajax and Ocean, and they're replacing it with a new trading pair too. So just heads up on that. But either way, make sure you take advantage of this exclusive offer through them. No KYC or VPN, of course. Awesome stuff there, and really, really nice benefit. Just make sure you use that before the end of the month. Very last thing I just want to recognize too as well. Congrats to our community members for some nice solid profits from Solana, Chainlink, XRP, and ETH. That was the last 2 or 3 hours for my day trading bot. And of course, we took some nice profits from a Bitcoin long, 30% from 59K up to 62K, and then a short from 67K to 59K. Prior to that, we secured all profit there. So good stuff, folks. Let's take a look at the liquidation levels in the back end. This is another reason why upper regions are probably going to be very, very concerned or should be concerned. 1.8, it's a very strong consideration for liquidation, 1.8 to $2. So a lot of liquidation there, mainly in the last month. Keep in mind, this is a month's worth of look back. So now that we're here, there's a solid chance the price will continue to sweep upwards. Granted, we want to respect the fact there's a double top, but there's also a previous head and shoulders pattern too, or inverse head and shoulders pattern. Just some things we want to kind of be mindful of. And let's look at the last 7 days, see where the liquidation's at. You don't want to be mistaken here. There's still a lot of liquidation on the downside. Okay? But these are a lot of late longs adding into that 0.618 fib level with probably some high and medium leverage trades. So be careful. I would say taking a short right now, but also it makes sense to want to short considering how overextended it is. I don't really like personally trading coins that are in this type of position. I would much rather have traded that previous cup and handle breakout. But again, hindsight's 2020, right? So we'll redraw our fib levels here in just a moment. Let's quickly look at the moving averages and see. We're holding above the 200-day SMA here so far today. So closing at that 160 or higher today is important to be able to hold that level. We're over the 20-day SMA, which is fantastic. Stochastic RSI is still swinging upwards, and we got RSI traditional underneath 50. So until we break above 50, we're not truly bullish yet. But keep in mind, we're shifting gears towards that. Everything else is pretty bullish. This coin is looking a lot better than most coins right now. I know it sounds kind of weird and strange, especially with this recent price action, but that's something to be mindful of. Let's quickly go ahead and draw out our fib levels here again. Once more, just kind of see where we're at. And it's common for the price to pivot off 0.618. We could very well see a bounce here soon off this 160 mark. 160 is right there with that most recent point of control. A lot of reasons why the price action's more likely to continue higher, because when you break through a resistance, you retest it as a support. That's a solid consideration for entry. Again, it doesn't always work out perfect. It could continue lower, but generally speaking, that's what you want to try to look for when trading, at least with specific patterns. I like trading key level supports and resistances myself. We did that with Bitcoin with great success yesterday. That 30% profit we secured in like 18 hours was mainly just buying the bottom here at 60,000 and averaging into the position with multiple entries. Okay. Again, generally, that's how best practice works. That's what I like to do. Not everyone's the same, so please ensure you use your own risk tolerance if you're following our signals, and make sure that you learn from my trading academy so you can at least get a good foundation of what's going on. Speaking again to my community members here, we were over 50 on the RSI in the 4-hour time frame. Stochastic swinging down, MACD is diverging. These are all standard things here, basically letting us know that it's cooling off and we're over a resistance level. Okay, it's now a support. So 160 should hold. We're going to see how well 0.618 or 160 holds here today. I'm very, very curious to see how that works out. On the hourly time frame, we're going to get some confirming factors here. Well, we got to recognize lagging spends intersecting with the price action here soon, and the conversion line is far from the baseline. In other words, we have good momentum, but this window of opportunity is closing. You may want to secure profits on your long position just to be on the safe side. There's no guarantee it's going to bounce off 0.618. However, we can see the cloud hanging out right there at 160. Perfect stuff there, folks. Oftentimes the price will continue to pivot and establish higher highs and higher lows moving forward. So I personally feel that Fetch.AI will bounce off 160. and likely trend towards these uppers levels of liquidation at 180 and or $2. Okay. So if you're going to consider securing profits here, do it soon to be on the safe side. If you want to ride the lightning, adjust your stop loss higher, just below 160. And then the price, if it were to kind of recover, for example, from that 160 upwards of 180, then it would be looking like somewhere in the range of about 12 to 13% to that area of liquidation. So decent amount of profit still have to be taken here, folks. I hope you found benefit here. Make sure you, of course, again, take advantage of this offer I mentioned earlier. Do not forget to follow us on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, YouTube. I post playout charts that are something along these lines, so you can kind of see where they're at. I'll post this one here, there as well. And then, of course, join us on TikTok and or YouTube Shorts. A lot of fun. It's cool stuff there. Happy to hear the wonderful feedback. And thanks again to my community for some wonderful feedback too with the recent signals. Things are definitely back on track. And hey, it happens sometimes. We took a couple stop losses earlier in the month, but you bounce back and you recover, right? A good trader will learn from their mistakes and move on. We've since adjusted and calibrated. So awesome stuff. Thanks again, folks. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.